Hi guys, so many curious people have been asking me about my US visa interview experience that got approved in June 4th. So this is me making a video, a very detailed video about my experience. I'll share tips and advices at the end as well. So stay until the end of the video and please subscribe to my channel. My interview was scheduled for 9:30 a.m. at the Kathmandu Consulate and I reached the place at around 8:30, and when I saw like so many people standing in the line already, I freaked out. So I asked one of the people there, what is the time of your interview? And the person said it's 11 a.m. and then I freaked out even more because my interview was at 9:30 and I had just reached there, and someone whose interview is like 2 hours later than me, they are already standing in the line. So I got very nervous. I gathered all my documents and went inside. I gave my bag to a friend. So you have to manage who you give your bags to, because the embassy doesn't provide you a space where you can keep your bag, so you have to figure that out on your own. I waited for around 2 hours, and then after 2 hours I finally reached the biometric line. Finally, in the Kathmandu Consulate, when you enter the main interview area, in the entering space itself, there is this biometric place where they put barcode on your passport. So I put a barcode and then I went for my biometric. Biometric was done, and then I was sent by the lady to stand in the line. And on the day of my interview, there were a lot of B1 and B2 visa candidates as well, but I was for F1 visa and there was a huge crowd for F1 as well. There's no different biometric and visa interview spaces in Kathmandu Consulate, so everything was happening all at once. While I was giving biometric, I could see people getting rejected or their visa getting approved. Everything was happening right there. So I was very nervous. I could literally hear my stomach curdle because of how nerve-wracking it was. My turn finally came for the visa interview, and my visa officer was this guy who was nicknamed as the handsome VO in Facebook groups. He has a mustache, he's tall, he was very sweet. He was talking very genuinely to all the candidates, so I was not that nervous with him. But other visa officers, I could hear they were very, I would not say rude, but they were very professional. So the more professional the person is, the more nervous you would feel, right? But this VO, the one that I caught, he was very friendly. He wasn't that professional. He was being casual with everyone. So that was a little bit of a relief for me. I said, "Good morning, officer. This is Prachi Acharya. I'm here for my F1 visa interview." He said, "Good morning," and asked me for my documents. I passed it to him, and then he tried to scan the barcode on my passport, but for some reason it was not being scanned. Then I realized maybe it was because of my sweaty palm. So he asked me to go to the biometric section again and then put another barcode, and that made me very nervous. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Putting another barcode on my passport, I returned back to my interview, and then I said, "Hello professor, I'm back." And he said, "Oh, you're back." Then I passed my documents again, and then finally the passport, it got scanned. Okay, now I was very nervous. I couldn't hear what the interviewer was asking me for some reason, maybe because of nervousness. I had prepared for around 150 possible questions that could appear in the interview, but at that moment, if he had asked any of it, I would have forgotten it. I even forgot to give hand gestures. My body language was very still. I was standing still, straight in the I was leaning in the slab in front of me. So this is my final visa interview experience. Okay, so the officer said, "Any EPT?" I couldn't hear it. I literally didn't hear it. So I leaned forward and I said, "Pardon?" Then he said, "Any English proficiency test?" I said, "Yes, officer. I gave Duolingo English test back in November 2023. And he said, "What were your scores?" I said 150. And when I said 150, he said 150. I said, "Yes, officer, 150. How is that possible?" He literally said that. How is that even possible? So now I didn't know what to say. I went blank for 5 seconds, but I didn't know that he was looking for an answer. I just thought it was just an expression, but he was looking for an answer. Now I went blank. I didn't know what to say. So my head went into this state of adrenaline rush, and I just said it without thinking. "Officer," I put my blood, sweat and tears into it in a very funny kind of tone, in very casual tone, and he was impressed and he laughed. He literally laughed, and he said, "Okay, so who are your sponsors?" I said, "My parents are going to sponsor me. Do you want me to elaborate?" And he said, "No, I don't want you to elaborate. I just want you to prove it to me." Now I didn't know how to prove it to him. Like, how can I prove? And I didn't know what to say. Then I said the truth. I said my father works here and he has been working here for around 25 years. So that is a pretty stable, job and income source. And I told about salary and everything. And I was saying my mother's profession. He gave me the green slip. He just said, okay, I'm issuing your visa. How can I not? I was shocked. I had prepared around 150 possible questions, different kind of questions that could be asked, and my visa interview was finished within 3 or 4 questions. I had prepared a lot. I mean, I was happy that it happened within a minute and a half, but still I had prepared a lot and I didn't know what to say. I just said, oh my god, thank you, officer, and I didn't even look him at the face, and I took my documents and I went away. I had read previous visa interview experiences of so many people, and they had mentioned about scanning their fingers, visa officers asking them to scan their fingers after the visa getting approved, but I didn't do any of it. I thought maybe I ran away fast. Then I went to the guard of the embassy and I asked him, do we have to scan our fingers anywhere? Is it necessary? Because I didn't do any of it. And then he said, no, you don't have to do anything. Now you have got the green slip, be happy, and 2 or 3 days later you'll get your passport back in the bank. Take it, be happy. I was like, oh my god, thank you. And then I literally ran from that room to outside of the embassy. Still like a fever dream for me. I literally cannot believe it. And just after getting out of the interview, I wrote my visa interview experience because I knew I had to make a video like this. So I wrote the experience because I would forget it. If I hadn't written it down, I would definitely forget it. So that's why I wrote it down. So I'm sharing it with you guys. My final tip for everyone is to wear comfortable clothes, wear comfortable shoes. I wore sports shoes. I wore very semi-casual outfit. It was a formal pant, but my top was very semi-casual kind of thing. It was not very formal. I wasn't wearing any suit. I was wearing sports shoes. So make sure that you're comfortable because you have to stand there for 2 hours, maybe more. So be very, very comfortable with what you're wearing, okay? So in the coming week, I'm going to make a series of videos about everything about F1 visa, from DS-160 form to service fee, everything. I'll be making video about everything. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel to know more about me. Bye.